Hello everybody, I'm Ian, and this is a new segment I am calling Board Game Gab.
This video is brought to you by Meeple Times. Go to meepletimes.com to find many board games at buy one, get one half off. It's also brought to you by Game Booster, a Facebook group dedicated to find you the best deals on board games.
So what is Board Game Gab? Well, it is going to be a very short segment where I propose a topic, a board game topic to talk about, and then, I'm going to discuss kind of what my thoughts are on it, and then you can continue to have discussions below in the comments. So, today's topic, the very first Board Game Gab, is going to be how do you order your board games? Now, I don't mean like how do you purchase them, and I don't mean like how do you organize them? No, what order on your shelf do you place them? So, for example, I just bought this shelf very recently, and I bought it specifically because I have a number of board games, a number of Kickstarters coming this year, and I needed more space. And so I was looking at how I organize them, how I order them, and I came up with my system, and so I'm just wondering what your system is. So what is my system? Well, first of all, we have the two outliers. These monstrosities up here. These are simply board games that are too big to fit on the shelf. Now, Gloomhaven technically does fit if you turn it sideways, but I have this file folder with all the map tiles, so it just looks better up there than it does actually in a shelf. So what do I do? And heavy hitters, it doesn't fit anywhere. It is too big to fit anywhere. Unless I take one of these middle shelves out, which I could do if I wanted to. Anyways, so how do I order my shelves? Well, first I have worker placement, where I kind of do it by my favorite mechanic and then also games that I bring to the table most. So here at top, I have worker placement, and then I kind of transition. So here you see The Godfather, Corleone's Empire, and this is a worker placement game, but it's also an area control game, and so I place it here next to Scythe, which is area control. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about. How do you order, how do you group your board games? Next, I have these four games. These are my heaviest games. So for example, I have a worker placement, I have a civilization game, I have another worker placement, and a city building game. These are, but they're my heaviest in weight, in complexity. So I place them in their own little shelf because they don't get to the table very often because they're just so heavy, and not very many people in my group know how to play them yet. So I don't play them very much, but I like them a lot, so I put them right there. Root, once again, kind of a heavy game. It kind of spilled over, and then I go into heavy theme games. So I have some heavy theme games. I have card games, racing games, and then I have hidden movement right here. Scotland Yard, Nyctophobia, and Sonar, hidden movement games. Next row, I don't know if you can see that though. You can't. Let me tilt it down. There we go. Okay. So next we have my Betrayal games, Betrayal Legacy and Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. I used to have House on the Hill, but I sold it. And then we have Tiny Epic games. Now we have easy games. Games that if I was teaching a new person to play games, I would probably bring these to the table earlier. So these are easier games right there. And then I have co-op games. Those are all my co-op games. And then I have deduction escape room games. So Chronicles of Crime, Exit, Escape Room, the game. Finally, the bottom shelf, I have Roll and Rights. And then I have my party games, I guess. So high number count, low complexity. And then these bottom two sections, I have two-player only games. So that's kind of how I order my shelf. So my question for you is, how do you order your shelf? Do you place them in sort of groups? Do you do alphabetically? Do you do it by box size? Do you just throw it up on there wherever it fits and hope you remember where you placed it? I like knowing where all my things are, so I can come down here, go directly to it, or even what I can do is I can say, hey, to my wife, go get this game. It's going to be row 2, 3 in. It's going to be right there in that cubby. I like being able to do that. So that's why and how I order my games. So how do you order yours? So while you're already in the comments talking about how you like to order your games, go ahead and tell me what other kind of topics you would like me to discuss. And also to go ahead and throw a like and subscribe so you can get notifications when more of my videos come out. And remember, whether you're a heavy gamer or light gamer, always keep it fun.